Surprise! We're back. We're back. Right, okay, now, this movie almost got missed. Now, all the films up there behind us on VHS and the DVDs are just slightly underneath. Blu-rays over there. The Backlot Murders, I originally had before my mum, I'm always going to say it throughout my original collection, had it on small box VHS, which some I've been watching, but it's one of those ones, it's the import charges from America, the customs fees, the shipping, for something so small for how much that should cost. I've never seen it less than 50 quid. Now I do have the DVD, which I should have had handy. It's just here. And the DVD box is the same as that. Now Backlot Murders has appeared on Lonely Tree quite a few times. There's a podcast for the movie when I sit down and watch it. And there's also a review for it. And I think if you go to the review, to make my life easier, I think if you go to the original reviews, you might see additional content. I'm trying not to overshoot this here. Now, I've just sat down and watched the Backlot Murders on Blu-ray. And I don't know how this actually got missed, so I really do need to double check because we are getting into the final episodes. Busted, for example, has just rendered, and I got that from the director, from Dark Force Entertainment. That came all the way from California. Limited run. Looked lovely on Blu-ray actually. Now I need to keep my hand on here. Just walk off camera a bit. Still here. And let's talk about the Backlot Murders. So Corey Haim plays Tony, and it's a special appearance by Corey Haim. And this got his hair, when we talk about his hair, all rolled into little corn rolls at the top of his head with some epic wax. Now, in my hand here is the huge movie / quiz book. Now I just got this a few days ago, and if you go into this, dun dun dun, so Corey Haim, hang on, my hands are absolutely freezing cold from Edinburgh. This room has there. So there we go, bam bam bam. There's me and Corey Haim. No, it's not, it's Corey Feldman. I'm always going to do that. So that's really cool to be in a book with Corey Feldman. And if you flip down to page 129, question 8. Which 2002, 2001 copyrighted Killian, just to let you know that. I only know that because I just watched the end credits for another reason. Which slasher movie starring Corey Haim was filmed on Universal's Backlot and featured the Psycho House? And the answer is the Backlot Murders. There. I always drop Killian's book, so there we go. Right, so the Backlot Murders is ingenious in a way. And a little edgy of execution. So the movie is shot entirely on the backlot of Universal Studios. Now there's a couple of outtakes filmed when I've seen this. And I've actually been here before. And I was absolutely devastated because I got to Whoville and then the street where they filmed The Burbs was blocked off for Desperate Housewives. I was also good at that only shards of the remains of the Lost World was there because War of the Worlds had just been filmed and there was an aeroplane hanging upside down. So I've walked around these locations. And as a filmmaker myself, this screams genius, but also screams, how did they get away with this? Now, as I said, Corey Haim is in here, and probably the only other person you will recognise, and maybe it's not him as himself, his voice, especially later on when they find the smoke machine and the smoke going everywhere, is Charles Fletcher, who is the voice of Roger Rabbit. Right, so basically he's a synopsis of the movie. The band's trying to make it big time. The lead singer is going out with the daughter of the record label. They've got a manager and they've got an ex-member who they kick out because he's a bit of a raj, but he's the main songwriter. He's the talent. Now as I just walk off camera unprofessionally because Busted is just mastering in the background, there's a couple of months later after Bobby is kicked out of the band are basically, Corey Haim's playing the guitarist in this and really taking the back seat. And this is kind of like, alright, how does this work? Because again, you look at 2001, Corey Haim has sort of drifted off. He's looking in good shape, he's very thin in this mind, you know, and he looks the part. He's playing the lead guitarist. Basically, how the fuck they done this? So basically on lockdown, when night time's finished, the studio is shut down. They have filmed this around the backlots. The house from Psycho was in here, alright? So that's obviously a question in Killian's book. The shark from Jaws appears randomly in the background. They film the music video on the steps of the Lost World set. The scene where Jeff Goldblum's trying to get into the visitor center or whatever unit it is when the velociraptors are running around there. So they're all on the steps filming the music video. There's obviously Hunchback of Notre Dame. There's some proper high angle shots of stock footage obviously at the start, which shows you the velocity of Universal Studios. The rename, and I forget what it was, but it's not Universal Studios, but it is mentioned. That's one of the biggest things there. Now, one by one, there is none, as a masked guy just walks around. He's killing people, and he's got his home camera. He's setting it up. He's got one of the big old wide ones, and he's getting ready to film that. And obviously, it's a revenge story, so it's very obvious that Bobby is the killer. It doesn't really high punch. Have I lost my bubble? Anyway, I feel like I have. Anyway, so yeah, basically going around utilising the sets of Psycho House, utilising just literally having the bare bones of a skeleton crew, you know what I mean, and showing into music videos. So again, it's genius in that respect. It's iconic for how it's done. It's never got across the pond, this. I'd like to say, it's never been on DVD here in the UK. It came out in small box VHS. The Blu-ray was released in a limited run and has been on DVD. So it's worth checking out and collecting and owning, so it's not too hard to get a hold of. Now it looks great, I've just watched it on Blu-ray. But some of the acting is absolutely terrible, like really bad, and it sets it up for a sequel, which we never get. Some of the death scenes, you know, there's harsh cuts and stuff like that. You know, Haim, this is a movie where Haim dies, which is very uncommon for him to get murdered, but he just gets dragged off, you know, like with a bit of neckties, riding around in his golf buggy. He seems to just be under special appearance, so again, as a fan of Corey Haim, he fits right into here, and seeing where he could have gone from here, or where he went from here, you know, he could have had more movies. I don't think The Blown Away 35mm has been in the Corey series, but yeah, that's just up there. But yeah, now there's one very thing that's very off-putting now, as again I've been editing that. The fact that they use the score from Predator. And again, it'll be in the outtakes, you'll see it, you'll hear it. Hopefully I won't get a copyright claim, because I'm like, you have got music of the Predator in the background. I went, actually, it's from the Backlot Murders, do you want to take it up with them? Because I don't monetize shit. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, oh yeah, like, it's like Predator music over the top and then death scenes. So there again, one by one, the band members is known, and there's just some really bad acting in it. One of the best things about it is Charles Fletcher, who plays the camp director with his little dog who's called Small Paul, and obviously just like, you know, he's glorifying the director in that, and it's quite cool. It's mental to think that I'm actually directing a music video in 3 days time as well, so you know, I'm glad I've absorbed that film. I was meant to watch Birdman to get a bit of inspiration, but I ended up just getting this one in here, chucking it in there. But again, when it goes back to my original collection, obviously I've always had it on small box, which now I don't, but I was familiar with this and picked up the DVD, and I just kind of, you know, I've been pulling out the ones that I haven't, you know, watched yet, and again, they're all watched up there, bar Moving In, Murphy's Romance down here, you know, we might eventually get to Last Resort, but I'll see you in the outtakes. There you go, there's Jaws just hanging in the background. Can I unprofessionally like replay it a little bit? Back of his head. That sounds like the Jaws music as well, like gotcha, Jaws in the background. I own it, so I know it quite well, but this is the Predator score. Dude. That's the Predator score. That is totally the Predator score. How did I get away with that one? So, here in the outtakes, Killian's book. This came in handy. I can actually file that away. I keep all Killian's books down here together. That's cool. Backlot Murders. Oh, Corey Haim is on the box. Part of the box. I'm sure as well. I don't think it's. Is it? Corey Haim. Yeah. Here on the back of here, The Wise Guys, an upcoming rock band led by Tony Corey Haim. Lies. Corey Haim. I remember on the VHS his name being spelt wrong. Anyway, Corey Haim gets himself on the back of the box there, and have the Psycho House. There you go. So it's really cool. As I say, it doesn't get his name in there. Really cool artwork. Oh, I see again. Psycho House, Jaws there. Obviously you've seen the outtakes before, me waffling on here in the outtakes, but that's all now filed back. I just don't know how I missed that. But yeah, as I say, a few more to do. As I say, if you're watching the series as well, there's been a couple of, about 2 weeks between. Well, there's only a couple of days since Busted, but I was really ill with food poisoning as well, so it's one of those things where it happens. It happens, but yeah. Hope you're enjoying the series. Check out the Backlot Murders, and goodbye for now.